Let me see. Yes, third. 1 2. Check the mic. Mic check 1 2. 1 2. Check the mic. Mic check. All right. Welcome. The voice is Sinoe here. I don't like the video quality over there. How Alpha Cow, how you doing? Set the hat up my head and see how it's not too bright as I wanted it to be. It looks brighter on my side though. Hey guys, welcome to Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with ESOTERIC, brand new edition. Happy Monday, my dear Sinoe brother. All right, man. Mr. Otello, thank you. Welcome to the show. Our platform is not going anywhere. We are here to stay to help our people get informed of the training developments. Please, as you join us, share the live feed for us. We will highly appreciate that. Yeah, the quality is poor, brother. Yeah. We are still working on the studio, and sorry. Right now it's just a temporary studio we are in. So you give us, this is not our usual background, but give us let me see what I can adjust the light here. As I do some adjustment. Let me get some music here. Please share for us. Superstar, All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition of Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora. With Doc Sayapota Esoteric, we are coming to you from the Tri-State region on the East Coast of the United States. Sorry, guys, I try to get the microphone away a little bit. All right, sorry for my video quality. Again, we are still doing some work on the studio, but we don't want to just keep you guys in the dark, and that's why we are here. Let's see. I don't like the phones, but I want to monitor my sound here. So let's see how it plays out. Yeah, like I was saying, we do not want to keep you in the dark, and so we must improvise while we are still working on the studio, to keep you informed of developments in Sinoe County and the Sinoe County community or communities in these United States of America. So we want to welcome all of you in a special way to Sinoe County Premier Platform, where we talk those things that people are paranoid to say. We say them, that's why they call me Sayapota Esoteric, understood by the chosen few. Good afternoon, SG. How you doing, Madam President? Her Excellency of the USAA, Francis Karlawlue, is following. And all of you, if you come in, I will recognize you because you sure have been doing something else and you thought to be with me. So you're very special. Let me see. And those that are following right now, seeing the president of Sinoe County the Association, Massachusetts chapter here, Otello Grisby is following. I've seen the Secretary of the Board of USAA, Milton Teahjay, is also following. Alpha Cow, Melvin Dewey, former VP of Minnesota USAA. Right now, we are told USAA North Dakota chapter election is coming up. So I don't know. Mr. Dewey wanted to be the president before, but President Otello Kolo ran sufficient political propaganda, so Mr. Dewey got out of the race. And so we want to know what the current president, Otello Kolo, time is over, I'm told. And so we don't know who is coming right now in the Red River Valley chapter. Let's see. I recognize Jay Arizona Kirewi Tote. How you doing, sir? Welcome to Voice of Sinoe. Austin Sampson, how you doing, buddy? Welcome on board. I recognize President Francis Karlawlue, my man Patrick Mohammed Gaddafi Bolu, the Libyan leader. Is that incarnate or reincarnate? Okay, welcome. These are the people that I'm seeing right now. If you're following from another platform, welcome to our platform. If our sound is okay on your side, please give a thumb up. Let me do a quick sound check here from my end as well. It's okay on your side, please give a thumb up. Let me do a quick sound check here from my end as well. All right, team, my sound is fabulous. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what do we have today? Again, we are still working on the studio, so forgive us the quality of the video, but it shouldn't be about an image. It should be about the information that we are about to share with you on VOSD. Okay, thank you for the feedback. I like your energy this afternoon, at least from my side. So let me get to what we have today on VOSD. Now, let's see. So we want to give you quick announcements of what I call upcoming events. So we have a lot of things in the pipeline. 2023 is a busy year for at least for those of us in the US. You know, the COVID is over, and so people want to. We are social animals, so we want to intermingle again and socialize. So I just want to give you some updates, upcoming events, so that you can plan properly for them to be a part. So the first thing we want to bring to your attention is the USAA, the United Sapphire Association in America's National Convention. Mr. Godwin Chenton, the Secretary of USAA Minnesota chapter, welcome aboard. So we just want to remind you, USA National Convention is scheduled for the weekend of August 3rd weekend of this year. It's the National Convention of the United Sapphire Association. So we want you to start making a preparation now, because the convention, you saw the prelude to the convention, which was the inauguration of President Marie Pyne. You saw how it turned out. And so that is just the tip of the iceberg. The major event is coming up. So Minnesota, August, the 3rd weekend, like that weekend, and be part of the convention. It will be a wonderful one. Every time we congregate as a body, the General Assembly, when the General Assembly meets, it can be marvelous. We don't just go there to gather to have fun and merriment and dance and all that. I know we discuss substance. We discuss issues. We bring out meaningful resolutions that will transform the lives of our people back home. As you can see right now, The scholarship has been launched. Madam Francois Karlawlue, 12 students are now benefiting from the scholarship program. We have a contemporary hospital project that will be unveiled pretty soon. It will, groundbreaking will be on the way. We have general, let's just say, executive committee meeting that is scheduled. And after that meeting, you will get a breaking news relative to the morning hospital project on the way that Madame Francois Karlawlue is about to undertake. So the national convention is meaningful. A lot of good things coming out, and we're going to be discussing. So be part of the convention the August 3rd weekend. Be in Minnesota. If you have not purchased your fabric, do so. The Treasury, the Financial Department, they are taking payment right now. Per the Constitution, each member is to pay $100. So you can call the Treasury, Agnes Donaldson. She is very effective. You know, she got the information out there. You can also go on our USAA website. You can make your payment there. All the information, everything is just out right now. So no alibi, no excuse. Oh, I don't get the information. Da da da. Agnes Donaldson and or Ernest Foley, they are very hardworking people. They are getting the information out. So if you also want to get your fabric, reach out to Marginal Smith, the chair lady, and the team. I was told that the various chapters she has sent the fabric to the various leaders of the various chapters, so you can reach out to your chapter leadership. If you live in a state that has no chapter, reach out to me, reach out to the national president. Everybody else is willing to assist because we want to make this year's convention um, and one, should I use the word? Yeah, unprecedented. That's the word. Something that has not been done before. This convention will be unprecedented, meaning new things will be in the pipeline that I can't disclose right now. So join us August 3rd weekend. That's information that I want to put out to you so you can be in the know. I also want to announce, remind you, the Seekon community organization in the US. They also have their national convention scheduled for June the 8th, 2023. And we also, these various organizations, they are all in place to help Sinoe County. So the various communities, tribal groups from Sinoe County, we have different organizations here. So let me show you this for, let's see, I want to share this quick flyer with you here for the Seekon people. Where is my flyer? Somewhere around here. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, so they had a second annual convention, and now the second one is, and the first one was held in Philadelphia, and also the second one is coming to Philly of the Seekon people. So where's mine? Let me see. I try to get my flyer here. Where is my flyer? It's in here somewhere. All right, it's difficult when you are the producer and at the same time the technical man. Let me see the reporter. Let's see. Let me look in this one. Okay, be somewhere around here. All right, yeah, it's sick. Let me see. Go down a little bit. All right, so the Seekon people. Let me put this here. We'll come to that speech later, but I just want to isolate myself on the screen to share this flyer with you. All right, so that's the Seekon convention. The flyer over there. If you want to be part of the convention, the leadership, the people, the names are listed on the flyer. The information is out there. I think Minister Olivia Sua posted it. And so you can always look for it and extract the relevant information that you need to be part of the Seekon convention that is scheduled for June the 8th, 2023 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, let's see something else. I want to also share this with you on our brother and sister. That's Karlawlue Manning and his wife to be. Their wedding is also scheduled for the 8th of July, 2023. And so Iowa, it will be going down. Des Moines, Iowa, you have to be there as well. Karlawlue Manning and Tina, they are doing it right. They are getting married. And Voice of Sinoe will also be part of the ceremony. Will be there to cover it, to support. He's the chairman for the Seekon people board of directors here in the United States. And his wife is the vice president of the Putu Poloabo Development Organization here in the United States as well. So you can see it is a big wedding in the pipeline. So save the date and be with the great man. The man also, he talks to the elders and the ancestors. And so when you, that's the man so that I talk to when I want to learn the language, the original language. The man knows the language. He speaks Sapo very well. He knows the nuances of the language. And so that's the great man I talk to sometimes. So be part of the wedding on the 8th of July. I'll be there too. Let me see what else. I think that's the information that we want to share with you so far for events coming up. All right, let me double check. All right, so that's the information that, at least for announcement. I'm told the daughter of Mother Maple City is getting married as well. But I was looking for the flyer. If somebody has a share that flyer with me, and we'll also share the information with our audience and the public. All right. So Mother Maple City is a great woman. She's part of the team here. Her daughter is getting married. It's a big one too, a big wedding. It will be held in Philadelphia here. So if somebody is listening to me, if you have the flyer for that wedding, please we come here to. Yes, sorry, guy. We'll have some glitches and stuff like that because, again, we are not using our studio. Let me see. I have a little feed pause here from my end. Let's see what I is playing right. Our studio. Let me see. I have a little feed. All right. I had a little glacier, and that's why I wanted to just double check that. Now let's go to major topics that we want to talk about today on VOSD. Mr. Teahjay, welcome on board. Let's see people that are joining. Lloyd Toba, Lloyd's Jelly, actually. Winter Queer, how you doing, little man? Welcome on board. All right, good. Those of you, if I don't call your name, I'm not ignoring you. That means I'm not seeing your name. All right, let me see. Let's get to something major that we want to talk about today on Voice of Sinoe with Esoteric. All right, this one is a breaking news, and so let's see. We got to go to. I'm struggling here, guys, to do some of these things. There's a lot going on back here. If you don't know, it's tough. Let's see. Let me get. I want to share this breaking news with you, people of Sinoe County. You got this, the Voice of Sinoe, so we want to share the breaking news with you. Let's see. Where is mine? I'm having a lot of issue back here. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, we'll be right back to share the breaking news with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Esoteric here. All right, so the breaking news we are getting from Sinoe County, it says that the development superintendent of Sinoe County Madam Barbara M. Keah resigned to participate in the upcoming uh, congressional election in Sinoe County. She wants to contest in District number 3, or number 1, sorry, my fault. District number 1. So, Madam Barbara Keah, the development superintendent of Sinoe County, I'm going to get the image here so you can see her. This lady right here, she is the development superintendent or assistant superintendent for Sinoe County. And recently, a couple of days ago, she resigned to participate in District number 1 of Elect Greenville District, right? The position that Creighton Duncan currently occupies. So Madam Keah resigned to go against the likes of Maxwell Grisby, Romeo Keah, Winston Tobado, I think, another person contesting in a district, Mr. Teahjay. I think those are the people I can remember so far for that district. So Madam Keah has added to the group to participate, to challenge the men. All right. So now, in order for Madam Keah to subjugate the men, we have to look at our legacy as development superintendent of Sinoe County. All right. But this show is not meant for that. I just want to give you that breaking news that the development superintendent of Sinoe County, Madam Barbara Keah, has resigned to participate in District number 1, contest the seat that Creighton Duncan currently occupies. So that's the communication, resignation communication over there on the screen. The fonts are so tiny. I was grappling, I was struggling literally to read it. But I just wanted to, we are the, this platform is an evidential platform, so we want to share the evidence with you. Let me see what I can take a little look of it at it. It's kind of a little small. The font is not too legible. So let's see here whether we can read it for you. So it was dated April the 4th, 2023. And His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. President, I have the extreme honor, my compliments, in which to appreciate you, your honorable office for the preferment. So again, the font is small. So, but the major thing here, I also write in adherence to. I'm struggling, God. It's so small, I can see it. And so, but she resigned on the, she said here, to resign my post as superintendent, assistant superintendent for development, Sinoe County, on or before the 7th of April 2023. Okay, that's what she said here. And the reason she provided here, she wants to contest as representative for Electoral District number 1, Sinoe County. That's what the letter states here. And so sorry guys, I can't see the whole thing, but some of the information I can extract from here, extract from the communication. And I said right there for you, Madam Barbara Keah, the development assistant superintendent of Sinoe County, is now in the race. She did it in keeping with the Constitution. There are people right now, they are still occupying our position, or positions, I should say, and they are running. All right, they are running, and we want to appreciate Madam Keah for doing the right thing, because when you are coming, the Constitution says you resign your post a year before you vie for any public office. But we have people right now, let's say, for example, the poll director, Mr. Sonny Noah, still occupies our position, and he is running campaign in our county, which is unconstitutional. So Sonny Noah is compounding his problems. We already have problem with him. Personally, I will make sure robustly campaign against Sonny Noah. We want people that are genuine in the interest of our county, and not people that trying to get to power to amass wealth for themselves. That's the people we need. We need people that are actually in it for the people, and not people that are in it for themselves. So I'm assessing district number 3 sooner rather than later. We will tell you who is right for district number 3. District number 1, we are also doing the analysis to tell you who will be right for that district, because my job here is to sell the right people to lead us so that our people condition will change. We cannot be the third original county in the Republic of Liberia, and then we are backwards. We have a major area inside the county that's supposed to generate humongous resources. For example, the port of Greenville, but we don't know where the resources are going. Those that are working, they are barely surviving. And those that are the zenith, the big guys, and they are rolling and wallowing in luxury. And we want to make sure, just the same way the negative forces in 2017, they ran against our candidate, the Honorable Matthew Zarzar. They brought all the fake people to come and fool our people. We campaigned and we sent Mr. Zarzar to the House of Representatives. And because of the presence of Mr. Zarzar in the House of Representatives, quite recently in Sinoe County, we put out the first batch of associate degree holders from the Sinoe County Community College. And that's something we won. How we say that Creighton Duncan and his people, they led us for 133 years, and we did not get community college. And Creighton Duncan said he is coming to liberate the people of Sinoe County. And in 6 years as representative for District number 1, Creighton Duncan cannot show us one single bill that he sponsored. Even though we are seeing Creighton Duncan flying around the globe, sleeping in one luxury hotel after another, but we can see in the Capitol building advocating for we, the people of Sinoe County. We have seen articles upon articles where Creighton Duncan carried company to Sinoe County, and he owns they are only giving janitorial. Oh, man. All right, guys. Sorry, it's a glitching up the sorry. And so district number 3, district number 1, district number 2, we are campaigning to make sure the right people are elected. So Madam Barbara Keah, she has jumped in the political hot water of Sinoe County. And we want to put, this is not about whether you're a lady or man. We want to objectively analyze and look at your history, what you have done for the people. Based on that, we will campaign for you. We want to make sure we got the platform. I'm not here to say I'm neutral, because neutrality, they say no alignment itself is an alignment, right? So you have to take a position and have a position. My position is for the people of Sinoe County. I'm not taking side with any politician. If I look at you and you are participating and look at your track record, we will give our support to you for sure. So we will give Madam Keah the benefit of the doubt. She just resigned. And so we're going to make sure that she's going to put out her manifesto and what she wants to do for the people of Sinoe County, for which she left the deputy superintendent position and she wants to be a lawmaker. All right, so we want to go through all of that. Now, let's go to the next thing that we want to talk about. So that's the training development for Sinoe County as of now. The superintendent has resigned to participate in the upcoming election. All right, let's see what else we have for you here. While our internet service is still great, let's go to Minnesota. The recent program that was held. Let's talk about Marie Pyne inauguration for a second here. The president of USAA Minnesota, Marie Pyne, just had a wonderful inauguration. Right? So we say the inaugural ball of Marie Pyne of USAA Minnesota chapter generates over $11,000 and urge members and leaders of USAA to take our humanitarian agenda seriously. Okay? So if you were not in Minnesota, or if you were there and you did not get the message of the Dharma in Iraq, we're going to play a little bit of the video because the internet is not too strong right now. And so we just want to give you a synopsis of the major points that Marie Pyne stressed during her inaugural address to the people of USA and the global community. But first of all, I must say a big congratulations to Marie Pyne and the team. I was quite impressed recently in Minnesota. What I saw, the first major program for that chapter to have turned out the way it did, that was quite encouraging. Okay, we can see that the ladies are very powerful. The momentum, the kind of resources we are generating right now on the ladies, the watch of the ladies is incredible. Francis Clark Myers, the national president, Marie Pyne, now president for Minnesota chapter. A chapter during her speech, she said, this is the chapter where the conflict started. It was not easy in this chapter. Bringing the chapter back together was tough. But because she's a Dharma in Iraq, so she did it, right? And so we want to say congratulations to Marie Pyne and the team over there, the great men and women behind her. The leader cannot do it if he or she doesn't have the right people behind he or she. And so Marie Pyne, it shows that she is working with the people that she is leading for the first program on her watch to have generated 11,000. Look, let me tell you this. If that program, if we had sufficient time, that hall, because the time was too short, it closed, the hall closed at, I think, 1 o'clock or 12. It was too short, assuming the program has ended let's say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, she would have raised $30,000 in less than 1 hour in the hall. 7,000 plus were generated. Okay, so you can see, like I always told us, the USAA disciple people don't have money raising problem. The problem we had back then, or we had then, was the wise use of the people's resources. That's a problem we had. But that now is in the past. We have the right people now that are using the people resources for the internal purpose. They are using the people resources wisely. All right. And so Marie Pyne, being a constitutionalist, I had a background behind the same conversation, and she said sooner rather than later, because the Constitution says that whatever the chapters they generate or they have in their account, 60% should go in the national covers. All right. So the Marie Pyne said, I believe in the Constitution, I believe in doing the right thing, and the money that we generated, the 60% that is required by the Constitution, will be sent to the national sooner rather than later. to underwrite the cost of the projects that we have on the way right now. All right, so let's listen to a little bit of Madam Pyne here during her inaugural program in Minnesota. Let's see here.
And members, that I can't do this by myself. It will be required our combined effort to achieve the goal.
So you see that's how an inclusive leader talks. We need, she did not say, I will do it by myself. She says, we need a combined effort to do it. All right. So she is leading the pack. She is in front of the line and say, we must do this. We need all of us, brain power, talents, knowledge, combine everything and make this organization a success to achieve our goals.
As you all know, no organization or group of people can advance without a unity front and commitment to services. Yes, service. Remember, this chapter is an umbrella to the national, and it is funded to support the national achieve its goal.
So the woman understands that the Minnesota chapter or all the chapters are branches of the national administration, right?
I say big thing to my personal President Maya Clark and the board of directors for the scholarship provided to our people back home. And the development incentive, both in Minnesota and Sinoe respectively.
Yes. Well, good is strong. Yeah. You got ready.
Advance, I show what USAA can position itself for the betterment of our people. This celebration event tonight is not an end of the beginning to working hard to the success of our people. This celebration event tonight is not, sorry. May the pains and disappointments we encounter stripping the community to work hard, so that input of USAA will be felt, or only the current generation, but generation to come. Let's remember, in this room, we came from somewhere. I will walk around this time. I recognize a lot of people here tonight for Sinoe County, the president of Minnesota chapter, Sinoe County, and his members from Sinoe County. We all from Sinoe County anyway, so we all here. Tonight, I want to say this tonight. We know our future generation, as you guys said, our children, we should take them back home and teach them the culture. It's true. But one thing I want to tell you today, the route that brought us from back home, we should remember that same route to take us home. We should all find reasons to help our people back home. Not only I'm wearing clothes. Some people are not wearing clothes on the villages. I'm wearing shoes. Some people are not wearing shoes in the villages. We are going to school. Some people's children are sitting home. It's not only for fun and wearing makeup or wearing for Gucci shoes and stuff. We should be very serious for what we are doing for our people back home. We also have passion for our people. But we say sometimes, some of us say with our lips, but not from our hearts. Let's go and do something back home. Remember the road that leads you home. Thank you.
All right, so that was the wonderful speech of USA Minnesota President Marie Pyne over there. Yeah, you gotta remember the road that leads you home. Okay, and that's what she said. And so I just want to give you a summary. She went through the device, a little glitching up and stuff like that. But Marie Pyne gave us a beautiful speech. Besides the little laughter in the middle and all of that. It was a fun event. It's not something to be so serious. People get too serious about these things. But the president did great. Most people, those that were laughing, he gave them a microphone. They would be frozen over there. The woman spoke. She didn't look at the paper too much. She would look at one sentence and then she speaks to the people. So she did great. President Otello, welcome aboard, Chief. Also, Marie spoke. She offered for his word of gratitude or appreciation to the delegate and to acknowledge the delegate that went there. She said something to that effect. She acknowledged that a conflict in the union that started from Minnesota, and they did their best to resuscitate the chapter. She said it wasn't easy to reorganize the chapter. It was a tough one. It's easy to break, but it's not easy to put back together, to put something back together that has been broken. She talked about historical transition after conflict is not smooth, which is true, so true. After conflict, you have all these different challenges, to move on to the next level. People will be hesitant. Oh, we get our money before they eat the money. Wow, we want to come back again. So to make a transition after conflict is tough, but it requires good leaders to reassure the people. And that's why Marie Pyne and they came back. She got on the scene and said, we reassure you, we want to make sure the right thing is done and all of that. So she said it was the hard work of the men and women of Minnesota that brought the chapter back together. So she acknowledged the great work that the members over there, they are doing. She appreciated the members for their tireless effort that brought the chapter back together. Marie Pyne, she said she will work well with all to achieve the goals of the USAA. The matter of authority given to me will be used to obtain our goals. Something she already also said. She said the chapter will host the national convention that is scheduled for August 3rd weekend. And so you got to be in Minnesota, and we can see from the inauguration, she is up to the task to host the national convention. All right, with the support of all the chapters in the union. President Otello was there giving his advice to her how to go about. So if you have all these supports around you, you can't fail. She said. She can't wait alone. That she already said she has to combine effort to achieve the goal. No organization can survive without unity and a commitment to service. So you can't survive. There is no unity when the people are divided. Okay, Abraham Lincoln and other people that told a house divided against itself cannot stand, and those things. So that's something that I don't need to explain to you. So if you are a service runner organization, then of course you have to be committed to that goal, render services to the people. And so Marie Pyne emphasized on that point. She also said the chapter is a branch to the national, and it was established. It was established to help the national administration to achieve her goals. Okay, so she acknowledged all of that. She appreciated President Myers and the board for the scholarship provided to students back home. Appreciated the board and executive for the development incentive provided to people in Liberia and the Minnesota chapter and all of that. We should remember the role that brought us here, and we should not forget, we should give back. And at the end of the speech, she emphasized, I mean, how those of us in the USA will have access to a lot of things. I mean, yesterday I was kind of going through my clothes, a lot of clothes that I don't need. You know, back home, there are kids right now, maybe adults that don't have it to wear. You know, some of us will have access to a good school set, children back home or adults back home that want to go to school, they don't have access to those things. So Marie Pyne said we should not focus. This should not be about dressing and who wear the best outfit and those things. It should be about the goal and the mission of the organization, which is to run services to our people in Liberia. You know, so that was a wonderful speech from Marie Pyne, the president of USAA Minnesota chapter. She did well. She has all these great people beyond the great progressive Molan Panto. How you doing, sir? Welcome to Voice of Sinoe. You guys did a splendid work the other day supporting the president and the team over there to make the inauguration a success. All right, now before I transition to something else, I'd like to after we have listened to the lady of the hour, Dama in the Rock, Madam Marie Pyne, let's listen to some of the speeches or some of the activities from that program. So let's listen to a little bit of the guest speaker from that program. That's Constant Dupo, the chairperson, the chairman for Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, the ruling party in the country. She was the guest speaker at the occasion. So let's listen to a little bit of what she said, and then we'll go to the installation of the officers by President Myers, and then I will transition to something else that I have for us today on Voice of Sinoe. Mr. Teahjay, you are welcome to the show. All right, let me go back and get to Madam Pyne. No, Madam Dupo, 52. Let's get back and bring the video back here, 52, and where she is. 52. All right, let's see. All right, let's do Madam Dupo here. Listen to a little bit of what she said.
Are shoulder by few persons. Why most of the other leaders sit by to criticize. I would like to say a good leader, Madam President-elect. Our goal should always be to develop a new plan that will lead the organization when we are no more. A succession plan. It is very important for the growth and longevity of a community-based organization such as ours, the Sample Association in Minnesota. We must tell the story to the young generation who are most only interested in their phones and social media. We have to let our children know where we came from and where we are going. These young and emerging leaders should be educated about the history of this organization and how they are important in strengthening the bonds that subsist between and amongst members of this organization. It is your responsibility as member of the organization to tell your children and other children about the organization. We as leaders, we should lead by an example. Always be fair in all your dealings. Be inclusive to all views. Be humble and admit your mistakes. Be the first to say, I'm sorry. Always.
All right, so that's a little bit of the guest speaker there, the chairman for the Congress for Democratic Change, USAA, excuse me, Madam Marie Pyne over there, giving pretty much an advice to the new leader of the USAA Minnesota chapter, you know, what to do to succeed as a good leader and those things. She talked about growth, to get on the growth and longevity of the organization, what you're supposed to do. I mean, she went into detail. So it was a great speech. I want to say thanks to Manadopo for that wonderful speech. Now let's transition also to the national president of the USAA when she installed the officers. So you can see some of the guys that are leading us right now in Minnesota. So 205, let's go to 205. So you can see the officers. Let's see, I'm making too much. Let's see, go to 205. Let's move that forward. Give me a second, guys. All right. $205. Okay, let's start from 204 and see what the president did.
As a challenge facing the chapter and its member.
No, we went 205. Oh, okay. Sorry, I think it's 109. I went the wrong side. Okay, let's try to 239. Give me a second, guys. 138.
Here tonight, we say thank you for coming. The reason that we are here, the woman they call Diamond in the Rock, Madam Marie Pyne, tonight is for you. All the Minnesota chapter members that made it possible for us to be here tonight, we say thank you. Thank you. Sinoe County President, it's nice to see you. Thank you for coming. This is the county from which we come from. We always respect our county. Thank you. I will not be able to see everybody tonight, but I just want to say thank you, welcome to all our officials of the USAA. Tonight we are here for a very important occasion. It is to install our talented president who was elected last year, and through her leadership with all her officers, the chapter is strong again, very strong again. And tonight, as I swear you into offices as leaders of this great chapter, I want to work hand in hand, the national executive, to work hand in hand with you. Because, like I always told everybody, our chapter leaders are the supporting arms of the national administration. Without the chapter presidents, the national cannot survive. So we hold it to you tonight, all the leaders for the various chapters. Thank you for holding the union very strong, okay? Thank you. Remember these words as we are about to recite blindly contract to hold accountable to ethical actions, the behaviors and actions of each and every one of us. This organization, United Support Association in the Americas, that was founded since the 90s, will remain and shall remain. As each generation comes and goes, it is our obligation, we are on our obligation to make sure, because our founding fathers have sustained this organization for many years. At the time, they never had no money, but they used the little resources that they had. And since the 90s, we are privileged that this organization was given to us on a silver platter, and we just came, and today we are in leadership. Tomorrow, when we shall leave the scene, our children will also continue to carry on the legacy of our founding fathers and even those that are alive today. And I'm happy that even the chairman of the board of directors today was one of the founding members of the United Support Association in America. So tonight, like I said, tonight is for you, Marie Pyne, so I'm going to call you and your executive to come on stage as we install you into your various offices tonight.
This is the installation of officers of USAA, Minnesota chapter. So I'm saying Marie Pyne, the president. So the officers, the installation of the officers here. Marie Pyne is the president-elect, the lady in the green, beautiful, elegant dress.
Okay, the vice president is coming, so we're just going to play some music. As assigned in our Constitution, and we are here to abide by the Constitution of the United Support Association in the Americas. So, do you solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of USAA? If you say yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, that's right there.
Thank you, everybody. You are now sworn in. Thank you. Congratulations.
So that's congratulations. Marie Pyne and the crew, they are being sworn into office. And so officially,
all right, guys, that's the inaugural board of the USAA Minnesota chapter. Marie Pyne and her crew in Minnesota. It was a fantastic weekend. Last week, a week before last, when we were in Minnesota. And so we want to say congratulations to Marie Pyne and the team over there. Now, let me see some of the comments that are trending before we go to the next thing that we want to talk about on VOSD today. People have been commenting. So let me look at your comments, and we'll start from the bottom here. Mr. Mayo Mondabu, a Texas Ranger. The man, whether he is pressing or not, he must participate. And so he should have been in Minnesota, but because the man is the richest man in Texas, and the richest tax man in Texas, but his flight, he had other engagement that day, emergency meeting with the oil tycoons of should I say his colleagues in Texas, and so he canceled that day. He did not participate, but he still participated online. He made a financial contribution telephonically. So I want to say congratulations to the great Texas Ranger for your consistency, always supporting our people. The man is quite opinionated, but despite the fact that he has opinion, he doesn't hold back when it comes to contribution. So Maya Modbu is the man. Yes, we are here to give you all support. Okay, there's Otello there. Congratulations, the president of North Dakota chapter. Her resignation is not in keeping with the Constitution. The law says resign 1 year before the election. Okay, so Stanley Paulson making the correction, try to correct me, and I appreciate that correction. But at least Stanley, guess what? She resigned. But there are other guys that are still in office. They are still in office. They refuse to resign. Let's run boy Noah, for example. The man does not want to resign, but he's running for office. He's coming to be lawmaker, but he is breaking the law. These are some of the things we'll hold the brother on. Let me see. Winter said, congratulations to the newly elected team to lead our people in the U.S. I see my big brother going in there. Yeah, going the secretary for the chapter over there. Let's see. I think I read a comment. Watching, and we appreciate and welcome you back to the VOSD. Thank you, Mr. Mudbu. We're not going anywhere. We were doing some little transition the other day, and we're still in the process. Let's see some of the comments that are trending. Happy new month to you, and welcome back on the show, veteran. Okay, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. I salute you, big brother. Thanks for the hard work in coming our people strong together in the USA. Okay, I think I read Gaddafi. Thanks for growing this network to great expectations. Hope will come on someday to share perspective. You are doing great. Thank you. Yeah, that would be great to get your perspective. I mean, the platform is for all of us. You can always tell me if you want to come. You are welcome on board. I'm glued to my electronic devices listening to you from Twin City, Minnesota. And that's our powerful publicity mayor, the national publicist, Jay is on a total right there. The president say, good afternoon, SG. Thank you, Madam President. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, brother. Beautiful music. Thank you. My man, Samson Austin. Hey, great man, Doc. Thanks a lot for the coverage of our program last weekend. We highly appreciate everyone, especially those of you that travel from the States. Thank you, Milton. You did a great job as well. We appreciate the support of you guys over there. Yes, the quality is poor. Okay. And we are working on that sooner rather than later. When the studio is fully in effect, the quality will improve. I was worried. I'm so happy to see you back. That's the aspirant for Sinoe County District number 3, Madam College of Foley. All right, thank you. We are not going anywhere. We were doing transition, so we're still in the process. Sooner rather than later, we'll tell you exact location of Voice of Sinoe right now, but we are still in the tri-state region. That's what we can say for now. All right, so those are some of the comments that are saying training. Madam Jebede, welcome aboard. We can't wait to hear from you again to engage our people and see what you're bringing. Madam Barbara Keah also announced her intention, and we'll see a lot of females that come into the political battlefield. We're seeing district number 2. We're seeing that's Brianna Scarlett. She's in the race too as well. District number 3, we got Manakalo Jabele Foley, we have Manakalo Shigbe, we have Elena Chila, and others. So the ladies are coming to the fold. Yeah, just come strong, get something for us, because when you come, I'm not here to, I mean, you guys are good people. You took care of all your mothers, but when it comes to leading my people, yeah, we are not doing no sympathy. Yeah, sympathy has been, it has ruined Liberia, and no growth. Put people there on sympathy, they get there, they did nothing. So this time around, it's based on your history and the authenticity of your agenda and your ability to deliver based on your trial record. All right. And that's what we're going to do. So, for example, we told you that Mr. Zarzar will do good based on his record. He got there, he's doing a wonderful job. And that's the same thing we are doing. We are closely evaluating. Sonny Boy Noah is out already, at least for me. We put a man at the port less than 2 years, the man get 10 Martians. Our people got nothing. So he's not there for us, he's there for himself. The man that I broke yesterday, the man just building houses all over the place. And this should be the liberator of the people of Sinoe County. The man just at the port. Imagine if the man is in the House of Representatives, I mean, making their own budget. The man will be a real estate man. He already a real estate man. He started already. So we need people. This is public service. It's not self-service. And so we need somebody that will serve the public and not self. They use all these different things to fool our people. The man carry a Toyota, 1944 Toyota. It can't wait. He said the ambulance. You started right now, it can't stop. They put it on U-Haul, that U-Haul, that working truck, they carry to Sinoe, it can't move. People are saying, but you can see the ambulance on the road, carrying people to the hospital. The man say he's building toilets. I was like, that guy is just making out of our people. I mean, in the toilet in the man mansion, they're far better than those chicken huts that he built, and the children are going around. I was like, in the 21st century, not before where the war was closed, right? The children are seeing America, they are seeing other countries on the internet. Everything is not close or like it used to be. But somebody will be jubilating for chicken hut and they call it public toilet. That's a habitat for disease generation. That's an area that disease will be. It's an outbreak site the guy is building. And he call it, I mean, development. I said, if you send him more back to America, he knows how development looks like. He knows it. They go over there, he build mansion and everything, how air conditioned, everything, and he build that thing for our people. And somebody will be jubilating. The man, how is it that man get out here in a capital, but he get mansions? And somebody jubilate. I mean, that's not fair. It's not equitable distribution of the resources. The man is a capitalist. He went in our position to generate profit. That's what he's there for. He's not there for the people. And so we want to make sure district number 1, Sonny Boy, is suffocated for the second time. Because he defied our people before. He said, I ain't saying no, I'm listening to you. Then Mr. Waba beat him. The man coming again, he won't fool our people. This time around, he's saying, building, not necessarily called a toilet. He put the Chinese zing over people's horses. There are 5 horses that he put Chinese zing over, you see. Then he talking to the women. We're not here to breastfeed women, but the women breastfeed you. They breastfeed you to be who you are. And the man will come on the show and say, we're not here to breastfeed any woman. The people feed you. When you are used to urinate on yourself, your mothers used to do those things, and you say, I can't feed any breastfeed any woman. And that's the arrogance that your man has. And we want to make sure we put the right person in our district. No, we don't want real estate man. That Donald Trump, the man won't be Donald Trump and go in your private business and build horses, then without having any issue with that. But he cannot be in our office. The port of Greenville, the horses, the building that the man working in, they are leaking. You see the port, you won't cry. But the man get all these modern houses all over the place. And that's the man people are campaigning for. You are just opening room for looting. That's why you're sending the man in the Capitol building when the man is looting from the port. Why do you think he will not loot when he gets in the Capitol building? How much is he making? Has he told you? Where is he getting the money from to build 40 horses in no time? So anybody know it's a wrong man for you. All right? And I will tell you who is right for you as time goes by. Let me go to the next thing I want to talk about on VOSD. Yes, I'm not here for that political patronage and no, you're my friend. No, the friend thing is killing our people. Yeah, the politician and they're killing them overseas. And they'll go there and loot the resources from us. And those are on the ground, they are not getting anything. And they get them crumbs and it's sinking. Oh, say. But you're sleeping in the darkness, and the president, the man you're doing say to, he's sleeping on a nice air-conditioned buildings. You're doing wholesale behind him. After you've been doing your wholesale, the man go chill. Eating 5 times a day. You are eating probably one time a day. All right, let's go to something else that I just want to remind our people. This election is crucial. For your voice to be heard, it is mandatory, it is obligatory constitutionally or morally, because in order to exercise your right, in order to make changes in the county, you must register. You have to. It's a must. It's a matter of must that you register when you reach the voting age. I think it's 18 and above. If you guys need some of us help here, reach out to us. We want enough people to register. Number one, we want to remove Milton Teahjay. Milton Teahjay was given the opportunity to build Sinoe County as a superintendent. We gave him 6 years, or to be accurate, 5 years. And nothing was done in Sinoe. He ate our money. He was declared guilty. You were indicted and taken to court, and you were declared guilty for stealing from us. After that, the people of Sinoe County, they sympathy team. They sent Milton Teahjay to the Capitol building as senator. And after 9 years, Milton Teahjay went quite recently, or relatively recently, he went to Sinoe County reporting to us. He stood in front of us at Amwenu Intellectual Forum. And Senator Milton Teahjay told us that after 9 years, all the bills he sponsored not passed into law. That's what he reported to us. And the only alibi, the excuse that Mr. Teahjay gave us, his friend there, they blocked the bill. That's the excuse he came after 9 years. The man came, oh, the people blocked my bill. Okay, how was it that your friend's bills are passing into law, but all the bills you sponsor, they are blocked? Who blocked your bill? He said, oh, he accusing people, but he can't show any evidence that the people blocked the bill. So this is how a failure sounds. The man failed us. And so I want you, the citizen of Sinoe County, register so that we can replace this failure with success. And who is a success? Mr. Zarzar. Zarzar is a success story in Sinoe County, in the Republic of Liberia. And we must remove Milton Teahjay. If you want another 9 years of failure, then put Milton Teahjay there. If you want another 9 years of taking people from payroll, put Milton Teahjay there. If you want another 9 years of commotion, put Milton Teahjay there. If you want another 9 years of firing himself from the caucus and isolating himself, vote for Milton Teahjay or go put him back. But I don't think you want that. You don't want a lawmaker who represents us, who in chamber and will put him outside because he cannot conduct himself properly. They put him outside. That means for that day, Sinoe County interest was not represented. Our seat was empty because of the misconduct of the man we sent to represent us. So you must register. It is a must. But when you register, it's one thing to register, it's another thing to vote. You must vote. All right? If you want more children to graduate from community college for us to improve the community college in Sinoe County to a university, then we need Zarzar back. It is Zarzar and the late Mabutu Yimpan that gave for community college, something that Milton Teahjay then failed to do when he was on a child stealer. When he was superintendent and now senator, he did nothing. From his own mouth, he told us, I'm not making anything up. He goes to us and say these things, and you think we are not listening. How can you go to the people and stand as a lawmaker? One of your major responsibilities is to make laws. And the only way when you make law, the success is measured as a lawmaker by the number of bills you pass in the law. Milton Teahjay went there and told us, I sponsor a bill and nothing passed. And you want to put the man back? And the bills that the man sponsor, they are not something in the interest of the people. And that will be that what some of those bills were killed, or all of them were killed. For example, is this a bill for a lawmaker to sponsor? This one right here. The man sponsored bill for rape to be the law of the land. And then what the bill, no one bill, because Milton Teahjay did not sponsor something that makes sense to his colleague. So Milton Teahjay said, I want rape to be the law of the land. People should be, when they rape children, they can pay money and they are free. And that's the kind of rape, or that's the kind of bill instruments he sponsored. And that's what Milton Teahjay has failed for 9 years after talking and speaking all the big words in the dictionary. Milton Teahjay has no accomplishment. And so we want to replace him with Zarzar. He has to be replaced with Zarzar. Creighton Duncan has nothing. He brought nothing to the table as well. After 6 years, Creighton Duncan cannot show one bill that he sponsored. Nothing. Creighton Duncan is only in the Capitol building to travel out of the country, to go and bring Filipinos and different weird companies. And in the capital city of Sinoe County, he is the leader of District Number 1, which has the capital city. And the logging companies that he carried there, the Creighton Duncan cannot impress upon those people to build roads for our people. All he did was he had struck a deal. He gets 12% in the company, and they left the roads in the middle, in the capital city, in the city center of Greenville. The trucks will hitch. That's what we're saying, like, bro, they get stuck because Creighton Duncan, they don't care for the roads. It's all about money. And so Creighton Duncan is the wrong person for us as well. It's the wrong person. Creighton Duncan told our children he had these weird classes, and he said he's bringing our children to America. Up to now, one person has not gotten a visa. All right? He bringing them to America. He lying to our people. He wanted to send them somewhere so they can be slaves. Like the children, the way the children were going to Omar, and the people were exploiting and making them out of slaves. That's what Creighton Duncan wanted to do. His scheme has been exposed by us. We call the U.S. Embassy. We call different areas to make sure what Creighton Duncan is doing is legitimate. And they say it's legal. They know nothing about it. I would say that, you see, you're bringing people to the United States. But then you are going to Nigeria, to Filipino embassy, to bring people, to train people to come to America. And that's how we start being suspicious. We start being suspicious. And Creighton Duncan now, I mean, this man got multiple articles on the internet right now where our children, they worked for him for years. And the man said, I'm not going to pay them. I will not pay you. And he started calling their names, crooks, bunch of rogues, people that work for him. They run the services to him. And talking about skilled workers, engineers, computer engineers, those guys, they work for him. And Creighton Duncan, the article is on the internet, they read it. Creighton Duncan said, I'm not going to pay you guys. I'm not going to pay you. And that's the man you want to make a lawmaker? Creighton Duncan is already unemployed because he can't go against Zarzar and you win. We told the people in District Number 3, we told the likes of Karlawlue, don't run against Zarzar. And Karlawlue did not listen. What happened to Karlawlue? Karlawlue did not get 2,000 votes. No. The only thing Karlawlue could do after the beat him, instead of, this is the man that went to school in the U.S. Instead of saying, oh, you know what? Mr. Zarzar, congratulations, we'll work together, to grow our county. The man went and put boys in the street. the one on the wrong page. The burst my numen eye. Consequently, the man passed away. So Reverend Karlawlue is also not the right person. No, he aligned himself, he and Teahjay their bodies. Teahjay that failed for 6 years as superintendent, for 9 years as senator. But Otelo Kojo, now Otelo Kojo, but Reverend Karlawlue, that a body, that a political hero. They're going around. After Teahjay finished stealing our money, Teahjay built one palava hut in Kamo Town, and so Reverend Karlawlue said, oh, that's a good thing. Palava hut, and Teahjay built one record school in his town, and he called that high school. And Teahjay he lived in America before. He knows how high school looks. But he built that thing that looked like bird hut. And after 6 years as superintendent, we approved the giving nearly $10 million United States dollars to undertake major project. The LSCC GSC reports are right there. They giving $3 million for at least 73 projects or 4 projects. Milton Teahjay did not do anything. He ate the money. But Karlawlue said, my friend, okay? So people of Sinoe County, go and register and vote for Zarzar, who exposed the corruption of Milton Teahjay. Go and vote Zarzar, who caused the GSC and the LSCC to investigate the administration under Milton Teahjay to expose the corruption, thereby taking it to court. And Mr. Zarzar was proven right in the court of law. Milton Teahjay was declared guilty. Go and register and vote for Zarzar, who co-sponsored the bill that gave us Sinoe County Community College, the college that just put out the first batch of associate degree holders in Sinoe County. Go and register and vote Zarzar, who will not go on national radio and curse his colleagues out. He's always found a way to work together with the people. Go and register and vote Zarzar. When your child doesn't have it, when you give birth and you don't have top, you go there, he will help you out. When you don't have a hospital bill, he will help you out. Go and vote Zarzar. The man who will not build horses for himself all over the place, unlike Teahjay, who is building motel for himself because he sponsored a bill for prostitution or for rape to be the law of the land. So he built motel for himself where they will carry our children and rape them. You see how the man working? He built a motel and then he sponsored a bill for rape to be the law of the land. Go and register and put Zarzar and vote Zarzar so that unity will come back to Sinoe County. Go and register and vote Zarzar so that Sinoe County will not be put out of the Capitol building because of misconduct, of dishonorable conduct. They can put Milton Teahjay outside for disturbing. Go and vote Zarzar, who will sponsor the first bill that gave Sinoe County District Number 3 access to telecommunication service. Go and register and vote Zarzar to give our people access to education. The man that built schools all over Sinoe County. And Teahjay himself, the man that built the first high school since 1847 outside the capital city, Greenville. Milton Teahjay himself attested to that. It's a testimony to that. Okay? Go and vote Zarzar. Yes. Let me play
Representative from constituency number 3 in Sinoe, Honorable Zarzar. Before Zarzar became a representative, there was no high school outside of Greenville. And through his work, we have a high school in Zarzar.
Am I hearing those?
And I want to thank him for such a brilliant piece of work in our county.
Wow.
I also would like to report.
So that's Teahjay giving you the splendid job that Mr. Zarzar is doing in Sinoe County. He gave you a little bit. Okay, so go and register so that we can put Zarzar there in the Senate so that we can have more schools in Sinoe County. Let Reverend Karlawlue also is the ally of Milton Teahjay. What did he say about Zarzar?
You need to do, or what has he done that you need to add upon?
Like I said, where he stopped to pick up from there.
Yeah, what are some of the things you feel that you could add upon?
Telling us right. There are a lot of things that he did.
You care
things he's still doing.
You care to name some?
Well, first of all, it was Honorable Zarzar that elevated the school after my school, because my school is the first high school ever. Then he came here and elevated the Zarzar Central High to a senior high, and he also have a school built in Kupati, and some other things that he did in some part of the district.
And will I leave it because somebody
Hearing those that are opposition to Zarzar, they're giving the testimony what the man is doing in the county. So go and register and vote Zarzar. All right? Don't vote Clayton Duncan. If you vote for Clayton Duncan, guess what? You are voting gold rings, gold chains. All right? You are voting Clayton Duncan for him to take our money and pay a deal to the Masonic crafts. Man, you can see the man put the missing stuff on his chest, right? Walking around. That's where your money will go. It is about him. It's not about us. I challenge all of you in Sinoe. Show me one video in the Capitol building where Clayton Duncan is advocating for us. The man is never in section. He's all over the place. For the past 6 years, Clayton Duncan is foreign minister. All right? That's what we call him foreign lawmaker in Sinoe County. He does not say it in Sinoe. No. He goes there, he calls people, oh, my bakery, how you doing? He got all these buildings, it's all about business. The same ideology of Sonny Ball, no one, because he borrowed from Clayton Duncan. Okay. So, Sinoe County, you must do the right thing. And I trust you. I trust you because you have done it before. You have done it before. You put Zarzar there twice because he's the right man. And so he has to be elevated to the Senate. And then we'll put the right person in his place in district number 3. We'll put the right person there in district number 1. We'll put another right person there in district number 2. And the Sinoe County will be good. Because the guy that is there that won only 26 votes, the man that Clayton Duncan Frank. Now, what something we are doing right now is a body of Clayton Duncan that has done nothing for our people. Okay? And so, that 26 votes, I don't know, maybe they'll give you another 26 votes, who knows? But this time around, you're talking about Grace Karlawlue, Brianman, and the challenging. Grace that came, what, 3rd place during the senatorial race. The Hotel Kojopa, you can go sit on the bean 2 times already. So, I mean, I think maybe the people will put that lady there because she, during the senatorial race, Grace Karlawlue Brianma, she performed in district number 2 magnificently. I think she stands a chance. I don't know yet. I'm still doing my analysis. Yes. For something we've been there now. We don't know the bill he has sponsored. We don't know. Yes. All right, so guys, that is it. We just wanted to urge our people to go and register and vote Zarzar. Excuse me. Don't vote Teahjay. When you vote Teahjay, the man stole all our money from us. Guess what? The man was caught in power theft. The man stealing power and all. That's how disgraced our office is. They may disgrace us. We died. They embarrass us for 9 years. The embarrassment we got in the Senate. Nothing that man can do. You would tell, this is why he can sit in the Senate.
Enough. Now let me repeat. I will not give Patricia Flomo any kind.
Look at all that money the man stole. The man cannot buy his own car. He stole that young lady car. He has the audacity to go on national radio and say, I will not give Patricia Flomo car to her. He breaking about it. Is that the kind of embarrassment you want? It's up to you. If you want that, go for it. Go for it. Yeah. The man can tell you in your corruption.
No nominee in the entire Republic of Liberia will tell you that
show my 5 fingers to some of the post father in my head. No, no. They will be so disappointed to come to my point. No, I have a kind of tradition in my office. I was chairman, which I intend to continue. And that tradition is when I'm confronting people, I tell them the truth. They are the ones who are giving you this job. But if we don't confirm you, you will not do it. Okay. I also have young people behind me that need to work. So by God's grace, if we succeed in confirming you, you can help to 1 or 2 needs. When I put the agree, I confirm, please take a move for me. Let me be a PR officer in the agency. That's the reason why I get it. I get that.
This is it. That corruption I got it. When people go, when the president nominates people for confirmation, I tell them, we the one giving you the job. So you have to make sure, and I'll give people that you have to assure me you will get a job before I confirm you. He's not vetting people. That corruption part, he has it. That what Milton, he said, when I was a chairman. When he's a chairman on that committee, they fire him because of the corruption he was carrying on there. So he's not the chairman for the committee. They say, that's why he said, when I was the chairman on the committee, and I continue to I pledge to continue that. Okay, corruption. Now Milton Teahjay. Okay. That man, the corruption part, he get denied. He's telling you all those things. All right. And then he's telling you vote for Zarzar.
I don't want to vote for me, vote for Zarzar. And he has made it clear that whoever doesn't want to vote for me, they should vote for me. In this campaign is the council that is in Southern politics. And that council is Mr. Clifford Donkey. And we are determined to give Mr. Donkey a lesson that he will never forget, and a lesson that offices learn from. It should be proclaimed in our country for anybody who is known for lying on people, for deceiving people, for betraying people, who does not have any in the heart, but we are always people back with bad advocacy and benefiting for those people. The title of our campaign is titled, "Who's Over in Me?" It's Clifford Donkey because he is the council in our politics. To empower our advisors, our supporters, not to go attacking Matthew Zarzar because he has not attacked us. He's running a clean campaign and we intend to also reward him by running a clean campaign. Donkey who is going around attacking us, firstly, is the one that will put out to also attack him, but rightfully. We congratulate all of you. I'll be coming to the county soon.
Okay, that's Milton campaigning for Zarzar. Okay, vote Zarzar and me. The man may say last. Vote for Zarzar. The man is telling you. Okay, he's telling you, Cretan don't get myself with body before or with bodies, and I don't trust him. The man's a liar. He can steal just like me. I taught him my philosophy, and so Cretan Donkey is not the right person for you. He's telling you all those things. And what Cretan Donkey himself said about Teahjay. All right, they were friends before. What they are saying about each other. Listen to Cretan Donkey what he said about what you call it. He said about Milton Teahjay. Before then, let's play this one. What he said when they asking your question.
Well, what's your source of income? You get all that money from building lots of projects and giving people low market women and paying the students tuition. Where you get all the money from? Because that can be from the legislature.
So, we are men. The legislatures don't make us. We make the legislatures.
Okay.
So the legislature is a place that requires men to come in and be able to assist the government in areas in which government cannot reach at a certain time. We know what we are going through as a government. We know the constraint that the executive is going through. So we can't sit back and cross our legs. Coming into government is not to really come in to get money out of it.
Okay.
You should be able to come to contribute to enhance, to be able to help. And this is where I find my
Let me see what I can talk to Senator Teahjay quick.
So that's the man. They're asking a basic question. Where are you taking the money from to build all the different things you say you are building? The man say, I'm a man. He dodged the question. That's what politicians do, right? They don't tell the truth. The politicians that could not donkey, they lie. We are men. Okay, if you are in government to help, I mean, government that has the machine that can print money, couldn't donkey say that he the one can give government money. And where are you taking the money from? And why are you seeking employment in government if you have the money? All right. So the guys, he's not honest. He's not telling our people the truth. The man asked me a salient question. Where are you taking the money from? Clinton Duncan said, I'm a man. Okay. So vote for men like that. You see, he attacked Teahjay. Teahjay attacked him, right? So like, what did he say about Teahjay?
Who disturb the peace of our people. He behaves as if to say Sinoe County is his. And he's of no relevance. Gone are those days where you just talk big mouth and people follow. Now, politics in the county changing. Nothing he does for our people, nothing at all for the past 8 years. Nothing. Even when he was 5 years of being superintendent, nothing. That big mouth and speaking crew.
All right. Okay. So you hear the two guys, they were buddies. And they are telling us, Clayton Duncan said, the only thing Milton Teahjay knows is big mouth and speaking crew. For 8 years, he did nothing. For 6 years or 7 years or 5 years as superintendent, he did nothing. Okay. So Clayton Duncan says Teahjay is not the right person. Teahjay says Clayton Duncan is not the right person because Clayton Duncan is a liar. He can steal, he can deceive people, and the right person is Zarzar. Okay. The two of them, they are supporting Zarzar. All right, guys. So go and register and vote Zarzar. Now let's go to the last thing that I want to talk about today before I let you go. The last thing on my agenda to talk about. Let me see. There's a call coming in here. Hey, Mr. Modbu.
Yes, sir. It's the esoteric.
Yeah, welcome to VOSD.
Oh, we are so glad to get you back. And the first day of airing, if I don't come on the show, I think I'll do myself this service.
Okay, I'm glad. I appreciate your support.
Thank you. I don't want to throw, red light on our Minnesota chapter and the leadership. I want to say thank you to Ms. Pyne for able leadership that continuing to guide our chapter, our people in that Twin City. We appreciate everything that she has done and that she will continue to do. We are behind her fully, whatever support that she asking us to do. We are standing firm to support her, and we tell her thank you again, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Modbu, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. All right, that's Mr. Modbu, Maya Modbu calling from Texas to chime in. All right, so let's see here. Let me make sure my device is working fine here. All right. I want to talk about the last thing here on my platform, my last talking point, and then we will call it a day. All right, let's see. Yeah, let me make myself bigger. So this is the last thing I want to talk about. Hey, Mark Welly, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Let's see. I want to make myself a little bigger. Now I want to minimize that. Okay, that's the picture. I'm going to bring that picture down. And that's the picture. Bring that picture down. All right. So what I want to talk about is this, my last talking point for today. Yesterday, Christians they celebrated what they call Easter. And Easter is called the Resurrection Day, where the Christian says that that's the day Jesus resurrected from the dead. All right. The question that I want to ask is, can a dead person rise? And I'm assessing the validity of Jesus's resurrection. Can a dead person rise? Now, the answer to that question, if you ask me, is already clear. It's categorical no. Dead people don't wake up. Whether it is the son of God or it is the son of a goddess, it is the mother of whatever. Unfortunately, I know it is very uncomfortable. But my Christian brothers and sisters, I mean, they would teach their children, do not tell a lie. Say the truth. But then they, for whatever reason, they continue to perpetuate this religious lie. Right now, the world has 8 billion people on planet Earth. There were millions or billions of people that lived before our time. All those people died. Now, a single person woke up. Now, not a single person. In our day and age where we have cell phones, we have all these different gadgets, not a single person has died and woke up. But a story that happened 2,000 years ago with no evidence whatsoever to prove. The people are saying, God sent his son, a God that said in the Bible, let there be light, and there was light. Let there be this, and that thing appears. The man cannot take away the sins of the world and say, sin disappeared. And he had to send his son to kill him, basically, to watch him being crucified, tortured on the cross. And the Roman soldier, they are nailing him. And the son is crying on the cross and say, Lord, why, my father, why have you abandoned me? They used the word for seeking, right? The son, a father is watching his son being tortured on the cross. And that's supposed to be okay. And that's the religion that people subscribe to. A religion that celebrates torture, killing, what both men call it, filiocide, a parent killing a child. Or in this case, it's called deicide. Deicide is where men kill God. So after God allowed his son to be killed, I don't know, that killed or that murder, and he said he was an innocent man, so that he was murdered. And they said the man came back to life. But is that something that is compelling, convincing to any man that thinks critically, even superficially? Should you believe such a story? It's a story. We got a bunch of claims. But we tell our children, don't tell lies. But people are living on lies. They go on radio, they go on television and tell these lies. A dead man came back to life. And we can see it being repeated. Only that one guy. But historically, we have a lot of figures that according to history, if you read the story of Osiris, Horus, all right, he died, he resurrected, his whole body power was put back together, and all those things. Those stories are all over the place. Apollonia of Tyana, he resurrected, and all the stories. But these stories are not believed. The Christians don't believe all the stories. Only Jesus' resurrection they believe. And so, why only Jesus alone can come back to life and not the other people? Is that selective resurrection? Can a dead man rise? I say no. And so the evidence and the claims that the biblical people give us, they say, okay, historically, I mean, depending on who you ask, some people say Jesus never existed. Other people say he existed and all those things. So when you look at it, they use the Bible as their reference too. Even though the Bible is not a historical document, it's a theological document. It got some historical trappings in it. But if I were writing a fictional book and I put something that is actually real, does that make my book real? No. And so that's how the Bible looks like. Somebody will write a version. Some of the authors in the Bible, we don't know them in the first place. They will tell us the author is unknown. So if somebody writes something and you don't know who writes that something, you don't know the credibility, you don't know how honorable and respectable that person is, why you should believe, why you put on paper? You don't know the person in the first place. And the people that brought the Bible to you, they say, we don't know some of the people that wrote the book. But you believe it, that the word of God. You must be super gullible to believe this. Yes, that's why they said God, that's what gullibility is. You are easy to convince. You are easy to convince. That's what it is. Especially the black people. You were enslaved, especially in the US. For over 400 years, the people used the Bible to justify your oppression. And you fought. They not voluntarily free you. You fought before you were set free. After you were emancipated, it says slavery over again. They started another form in the form of the Jim Crow law. They got all the different law, vacancy. You can't walk around. Somebody was a slave. They free the person and say, "Don't walk around." Okay, you don't give me shelter in the first place, and you say I shouldn't walk around. All right, you fought to liberate yourself. You, the people, use the Bible to oppress you. Jesus did not condemn slavery in the Bible. He told the slave owner, slave, obey your master. That's what he told them. You free yourself, and the same people turn around and gave the same book they use to suppress you. And you say, yo, that's the book of God. That's the book of God. And how can you be this gullible? How? Somebody will make the rational lie, oh, the book was misused. Okay. The book was misused? No. The deity in the Bible himself supports slavery. Say it was not misused. Jesus is not against slavery. So it's not what you call misuse. The people go by what the God in the Bible said. Slave, obey your master. And said, they said the man came back from the dead, and we can't see him. They said the man went to heaven. Okay. For 2,000 years, the man left. The man cannot send any communication, no email, no text message, nothing. But they said the man in heaven. And people are believing these things. They believe in it. They live for it. And so the evidence they give us, he was crucified. He was buried by Joseph of Arimathea. And they said when they went to the tomb, it was empty, and therefore the man resurrected. So if you went to a tomb and you buried somebody somewhere and the tomb is empty, your first conclusion is to say that the person resurrected and went to heaven. That should be your first conclusion. There are a lot of conclusions, reasonable conclusions that can be drawn. Number one, maybe the thieves, they went to the tomb, maybe they buried the man with a lot of, expensive thing. And the thief went there and stole the body to take whatever that they put on the body. That's the plausible conclusion to reach. During the time of Jesus' execution, the Romans at the time, the crime, the charge Jesus was treason. And so when somebody plots against the state because he was calling himself a king, and you have the king in place already, so he's the king, so the people say, okay, the man want to overthrow the government. And so when somebody commits such a crime, what they normally do, they do public execution. They put you on the cross and they nail you to deter people that want to do similar thing. And when they bury you, they don't put you in a special tomb. They got mass grave where they dump all the body. That's what they do. They don't give you honorable burial. So it's a possibility that Jesus was dumped in a mass grave with other people. After he was buried by Joseph of Arimathea, the people took the body from there and put it in a mass grave. It's a possibility. But the people said the man resurrected and went to heaven. And we can see that repeated. Nothing can happen. The same people in the Bible that say, when you believe in God and you pray for anything, you can do it. They've been praying, one person can wake up. But they believe these things. They've been praying. They will pray. They said, in a very book there, John something. When you pray for anything sincerely from your heart and you believe it, anything you ask God, you do it. But they will go to funeral, people are crying. They are grieving. They can't ask God to get that person off so the family can be happy again. They will bury that person. And they say Jesus can do anything. He conquered death. He came back. But Apollonia of Tyana did the same thing. According to history. Romulus resurrected according to the Roman religion. Buddha resurrected. If you read a story, all those different stories are around. But Christian took the one story and running with it. Especially we, the Africans. We can't think for ourselves. We have to have somebody telling us what is wrong and what is right. I don't know why. I mean, why we have brains when we be told by other people after they suppress us that they're telling, oh, this is the right thing, and you believe that. Yeah. They say eyewitnesses testimony. Now, what they believe? Who are the eyewitnesses? John and the other one saw him, but John did not take a picture. They don't show any evidence, nothing. They said that John said, if you look at some of the books in the Bible, John did not write it. They'll say a gospel according to John. John cannot write a book and say, according to me. According to, no, nobody writes it. Somebody tell a full person writing and saying that. So these fictitious books, these lies that the people canonize, they make into, I mean, the Roman Empire at the time, the Roman Church, Catholic Church, I mean, they use religion to suppress people. And people, they fall for this. When we read the history of these things, you don't want to see this book. No, you don't want to. But our people, they love the Bible than any other thing. So they said that our witnesses and Paul who did not even see Jesus, that Paul let us to believe. Paul here, he heard ESA and somebody told Paul, and Paul wrote in a letter. So that's fine. No, you can't take that thing to any court for anybody to take you seriously. No. Paul said, oh, 500 people appeared, Jesus appeared to 500 people. Who are those 500 people? He did not tell. One person name he did not give. Those 500 people could not tell us that they met Jesus. They can't write, they can't read. 500 persons. And not only Paul, after how many years, Paul later telling us. And people believe these things. You must be super gullible. Jesus appeared to disciples and 500, yeah, those things. And those are the only pieces of evidence they can give us, but those are not evidence, those are claims. Claims are different from evidence. Those are claims people are making. Those are religious claims. So sorry. The validity of Jesus' resurrection is, I mean, the argument you're making to prove that it's not even valid. It can't pass any scrutiny whatsoever. Yes. So Africans, let us try to think for ourselves. The Black people, let us start thinking for ourselves. I always sit there on the platform. When I visited Liberia, 2020, you get church. All the churches are all over the place. Every living room, every sitting room, everywhere they get church. You can't sleep when you go to Monrovia. But the people are the oppressed. God can't listen to them. He can't listen. God wouldn't care for Jesus, bringing Jesus back to life. For the other people, the innocent people, babies are dying. God doesn't care to bring them back to that. Only Jesus. I mean, somebody believe these things. They go around and believe these things. And 24/7, people can hear the present Jesus. And Jesus said, I don't care for you. You say, oh, slave, obey you. Black people, you're a slave. Obey your master. Jesus did not say, stop that nonsense. No. He endorsed it. Jesus is clear. He said, I did not come to change the law. I'm here to fulfill it. So whatever was done in the Bible, I'm for it. That's what the man told you. It's clear. But people worshiping Jesus. They're waiting for Jesus to get into heaven. And 2,000 years, Jesus can't send an email, nothing. He just sent any communication. And people are thinking, I mean, the guys, the Jews don't even believe in Jesus. But somebody from all the way Lofa, from all the way Sinoe, from all the way Bakpolu, Jesus that a man. And where the man came from, they both said, I believe that man, that Messiah is still coming. Because their Messiah cannot be crucified according to the Jewish belief. So they're waiting for them. The Messiah is the one that's supposed to crush the enemies and not the other way around. And so the boy said, I think what a Christian on. And you Christianity is a cut from Judaism. The cut is going around, they're successful to proselytize. They get mission, the evangelizing to recruit. It's a propaganda thing. They set up a whole propaganda thing. They call them missionaries. They go around and spread these lies. And they were successful at it. They got 3.some billion people around the world. They convince people. When something is truth, you do not have to campaign for it. Truth cannot be campaigned for. Yes, anytime you see somebody campaigning for something, that is it has problem. You don't have to tell me that computer works. You don't have to run campaign for that thing. Computer is a fact. It can work. Telephone can work. It's a fact. It's a fact. When you go in the water and you don't know how to river, you don't know how to swim, you get drowned. Nobody has to campaign for that thing. If you put your hand in the fire, you will get burned. That's a fact. Fact, truth. You don't need somebody to run campaign for truth. And so I see people here and they say, Jesus resurrected. They make all these different arguments. You don't have to make argument. All you have to do, let Jesus come back. That's true. Introduce us. Oh, I'm Jesus. But the people celebrating these fables, these religious philosophy, a way to control you. And you have been doing it since 1847. The people have been praying in Liberia. But then they're ready to come. When COVID comes, then they call America the same vaccine. But they're praying. Jesus can deliver. He can go die and come back. I mean, so the validity of this Easter story, and people are celebrating, I say, okay, good Lord to you. Continue to be fooled by others. Don't wake up for your slumber. Be sleeping. And the very people that gave you the Bible, that told you Jesus came back to life and he went back to the Father in heaven, they're going to space. They're not using the Bible when they're going to space. No, they don't use it. They don't get time for the Bible. When they go in the courtroom, they don't carry the Bible, look for evidence to win the case. No. You go to Europe right now and they put atheists, that the same people that I brought it, that American people took the Bible from. Europe atheists, they don't believe in nothing. But our people, they celebrating 24/7. Oh, Easter, Jesus came by yesterday, resurrected. And the man can send an email to anybody saying he left. You can send a picture and say, oh yeah, me and my father, myself, we're taking picture. Yeah, I'm joining heaven. Do the right thing here. And you will show me, no. He gets to any evidence. And people will come, big stories. Oh, Jesus appeared to me. How do you know the thing that appeared to you that Jesus? He had an intake on him. Yeah? He got something on you that says, I'm Jesus. So when you see something in your dream like Jesus. So these different stories, I mean, we have to start thinking critically. Start to question these things. Yes, when we stop worshiping other people, gods, then at least you will grow. The people went over there and turn our people outside, and oh yeah, they pull you down. Oh, whatever you're doing, the idol worshiping, and they brought that man. They say, oh, I don't know, God, he killed his son. His son here to rescue you, but the man sent a man to kill. But they said the man get all the power, but he had to kill his son to take sin away. And these things then they're supposed to make sense of somebody. If you read the book of Genesis, you see what they are talking over there. I mean, the God made man, put a tree over there and put knowledge inside and say, don't eat the tree that get knowledge. That's another form of slavery. That's the same thing that black people, they were suppressed in the country. They said, don't educate the man, the black man. It's the same thing in the Bible. The book, the tree of good and knowledge. When you eat it, you can know the difference between good and bad. But somebody said, don't eat it. And they demonized Satan, who opened the people eyes, who is like that king, and said, you have to stand up for your right. Satan said, eat the tree. And you will know Satan did not lie to the people. It was God that lied to the people. The tree have knowledge because they don't want the people to know that they are butt naked. Adults, husband and wife in the garden, they are butt naked and they don't know. That's ignorant right there. And Satan said, so that the king is saying, wake up for your rights. We have to demonstrate. The people want to suppress us. They are suppressing us. And they got up. But in the Bible, when Satan opened the people's eyes, when they saw that two husband and wife, they were not children of the adults, husband and wife, the idea when you say husband and wife, they are not children, butt naked. And they know they were walking, God was just watching two adult butt naked. He has no issue with that. That's what they call voyeurism, right? He enjoyed looking at naked people. That's what God was doing. Watching husband and wife butt naked in the garden. He said, oh, don't eat the tree that will tell you to put something on and wear some clothes. That is deprivation of knowledge. They don't want you to know. These are the philosophy the people are spreading around here, and somebody fall for it. Yes. Don't educate the slave. That's the same thing. Keep the man on the plantation. Let him work 24/7. Don't send him to school. It's the same thing in the Bible. Don't eat the tree that has knowledge in it. Is somebody falling for it? Our people, we got a long way to go. You are celebrating your book. When Satan liberated the people, God got vexed. And when you read the same book of Genesis at the end of chapter, there the man will say the people will not enter the garden again because they are open now. They can critically analyze what I would say because he wanted the people to be yes sir, yes ma'am. That's it. And the kind of people he made. That kind of fable, a book in which snake is talking. That's what we call religious cartoon. Anytime you see snake talking like human being, any animal talking like human being is a cartoon. In literature or in philosophy, they get a big word for it. They call it anthropomorphism. You give human quality to something that is not human being. We see it on TV every day. Our children cartoon. I get plenty of children watch the cartoon and doll and talking, cat and talking. It's the same thing that was going on in the Bible. The demonized woman. Women are the one that fool the man. It's this kind of book that demonizes people. Yeah, that's why people say Jesus is a good man. And Jesus said, I'm here to come change what the guy was doing in the past. I'm here to fulfill it. You read the book of Luke, Jesus will tell you something like, you must abandon your children, your family, everybody, and follow me. So I'm a parent, the children depend on me to survive. Then he said, leave your family, follow me. Abandon them. No, I can't follow you. It is my responsibility to take care of my family. I can't leave them to just follow you. And you abandon your family too. Jesus did not take care of the people in the Bible. His own family in the Bible, they call him, they say, the man is Saka. That's what they say. I'm not making it up. Read the Bible. His own family say he get problem. His own family. And that's the man people worshiping and resurrecting. Now the man care for you. He will take you to heaven. He might follow her. I get plenty of bashers. If it were not so, I would not tell you and saying like just no picture for a follow marshal. You can't say anything. Everything is just imaginary. You have to pray. You have to put yourself in the spirit. They want me to do metaphysics. No. Once it's not physical, you have to question it. The thing that are physical right now, the computer will not even know all the things in it. Then you go beyond the physical realm. Yes. So that restoration thing, good luck to the people. Then I said Jesus came by and died and went back to heaven. Yes, and that's religion. That's what the philosopher Karl Marx called the opiate of the masses. It's a drug. When people smoke it, they don't want to think. It's the opium of the masses. The drug. They take it. No, you can't think that religion, that what religion does to people. They don't want. They will critically think in every arena. When it comes to politics, you get all the argument, all the skepticism when you go to economics, different areas. But when it comes to religion, you say, no, you can't question it. No, why not? Why this one should be excluded? It must be argued. It must be questioned critically, just the same way we do in all our disciplines. You can't excuse this. A human being cannot die and come back. The definition of death means you don't exist anymore. You can't come back. Once the doctor declares you dead, that's it. You can't come back again. It's so sad. It's right in the book of Revelation. It says that the dead cannot come back. If you go in the book of Job, the same thing is right there. Dead people don't wake up. These are all in the Bible. But people believe them. You know why those things, they are contradictory? Because the authors of the Bible, they are different people. They don't know each other. It was people that came later and collated and put all the books together in one book. It's a library of books. It's like you go in a library, you see the different books and how the Bible looking. It's a library. It's not written by one author. Somebody from, say, for example, Sinoe wrote a book. Somebody in Maryland, they wrote a book. Somebody in Russia, they wrote a book. And after years, somebody came and collected those books and put it in one binder, put a page on and call it Bible. Bible means collection of books. It's a library of books. So those people, they don't know each other. They are saying totally different things. But people think that when John says something, that what Peter saying, no. They are not saying the same thing. They don't know each other. They live in different era, different times. And so they look at the world from different perspectives. They are talking totally different things. But people go with the thing they're convinced by them. You know. If you look at, there's a book called The Indians Against the God, right? You can Google that. They call it Pyne Indians, right? When the missionary, they went to recruit, evangelize, the one that they used the word sin, S-I-N. They said the Pyne Indians, they are sinners. And the people don't have the word sin in their language. There is no word for it in their language. So the people were saying you're sinner. The people don't know what they were talking about. They said, but what are they talking about? We are sinner. What are they talking about? We have no idea. In order to convince the missionary for them to make those Indians sinners, they wrote a Bible. And they said the Pyne Indians killed God. They killed Jesus. And they would carry them and read it to the people at Apples. Oh, and they were able to convert the people to Christianity. They got all these different propaganda things they're doing. It's sad. It's sad. Our people just fixated to religion, and people are going away from the religion. Yes. They're going away. The Republicans said bunch of hypocrites. They say, oh, the Christian, we are this one. But they say, oh, you know what? When they say, oh, get a man free education, I say, no, don't do it. Don't put it. Don't get a man free education. No. But you are Christian, you love your brother and sisters. As a look at the people, and somebody will follow the political parties. It's I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republicans. And these people, they are just fooling you. They're protecting their capitalistic system. Yeah. But anyway, I just want to tell you, say that the validity of Jesus' resurrection is a fallacy. Human being don't wake up. I know it's uncomfortable to say, people don't like it, but hey, that's a fact. Yes. My two brothers that died during the war, I used to pray before. I pray. None of them came back. Over 1 million people died during the COVID. The people that are a bunch of prayer people, then nobody came back. The only Jesus thing that happened 2,000 years ago, and somebody said the man came back. And it cannot be proven. In our day and age, oh God, all the technology, nothing can happen. And something that happened in the desert. Many years ago, centuries ago, and somebody believed that thing. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for Follow Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora, where we say some things then that people are uncomfortable with. But hey, I'm not here to make people comfortable. I'm just here to say the truth. Say what I mean, how I see the word. Yeah, things that we cannot accept in other arena, we accept it in other places, in other arena. Go to your Bible and say, oh, the biblical evidence, carry it to the court and see whether the judge will look at it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Join us again next Monday at 12 noon. Again, our studio is still under construction, and that's why the quality of the video is not the way it used to be. But next Monday, join us at 12. I want to say thank you so much and have a wonderful day. I'm out.